In a league dominated by seasoned veterans and international icons, a 14-year-old is tearing apart world-class bowling attacks. Vaibhav Suryavanshi is the youngest player to ever secure an IPL contract, and he is already rewriting the record books. Long before he stepped onto perfectly manicured stadium grass, his game was built on pure, unadulterated power. Even as a young child, he was known for cleanly striking the leather ball with a force that seemed impossible for his size. That raw ability quickly translated into national recognition. He earned his spot on the Indian under-19 squad, proving his talent held up at the highest levels of junior cricket. But his journey to that national jersey started in Tajpur, a small village in Bihar. It's a region where professional cricketing infrastructure is virtually non-existent. There are no high-tech academies or polished turf pitches waiting for young athletes. His father, Sanjeev, knew that reality all too well. A promising player himself in the 1980s and 90s, Sanjeev watched his own sporting ambitions fade due to a lack of support. When he saw his son swinging a plastic bat around the house, he made a vow to ensure Vaibhav would play for India. When you live in a geographic blind spot for professional sports, waiting to be discovered isn't an option. If the system doesn't provide the opportunities, a family has to physically build them. The family essentially turned their lives upside down to engineer a training environment. Every alternate day, his mother would wake up at 2 in the morning to prepare meals, while his father drove them 90 kilometers down the highway to reach a cricket academy in Patna by 4 a.m. Off days were no different. Sanjeev literally built a practice net beside their house, laying down both a concrete and a turf pitch. He then invited local university bowlers, arranging their food and travel, just to guarantee his son had high-level opposition to face. The sheer repetition took a physical toll on his equipment. His childhood coach noted that Vaibhav hit the ball so hard and practiced for so many hours that he routinely snapped a cricket bat in half every single month. The grueling schedule yielded rapid results. He tore through domestic junior tournaments and made his first-class debut in the Ranji Trophy at the age of 12 years and 284 days. He is not the product of a multi-million-dollar sports science facility. His foundation was hammered out through thousands of deliveries in a backyard net, sustained by a family that refused to take a day off. Securing a massive IPL contract at 14 inevitably drew intense scrutiny. Shortly after the mega auction, allegations of age fraud surfaced, with critics circulating old videos and questioning if he was actually older than his official birth date claimed. This flowchart details how the BCCI monitors junior eligibility using the TW3 bone test method. If a player's bone age is calculated at 15.4, a mathematical +1 factor is added, giving them a strict eligibility limit of 16.4 for the following season. Vaibhav's family welcomed further testing to clear his name. On the pitch, he simply let his technique shut down the debate, bringing a style of play that completely disrupted standard bowling tactics. Former West Indies fast bowler and prominent analyst Ian Bishop closely examined Vaibhav's approach. Bishop noted that beyond the obvious physical skill, the teenager possessed a rare mental toughness that allowed him to completely ignore the surrounding controversy. Bishop highlighted a distinct mechanical advantage, a unique, almost baseball-style bat swing. This specific motion generates massive leverage, making him incredibly effective at punishing fast back-of-a-length deliveries. Armed with a swing optimized for modern power hitting and an unshakable focus, he turned the noise into fuel. His mechanics were built to dominate, regardless of administrative rumors or the bowler running in. The professional market clearly saw that value. During the IPL mega auction, the Rajasthan Royals engaged in a bidding war, ultimately securing the teenager for 1.1 crore rupees. Stepping into the Rajasthan Royals camp meant sharing a locker room with international superstars. The pressure on a young teenager carrying a massive price tag was immense. To manage that psychological load, he leaned heavily on the franchise's coaching staff. Mentorship from cricketing legends like Rahul Dravid helped center his focus, ensuring the stage didn't overwhelm his instincts. That preparation was tested immediately on his debut. Facing Jasprit Bumrah, widely considered the most lethal fast bowler in the world, Vaibhav didn't hesitate. He stepped into a delivery and launched it over the ropes for a massive 6. Hitting thousands of balls against university bowlers until they were exhausted had conditioned his reflexes perfectly. The intimidation tactics of a veteran fast bowler simply didn't register. He followed that up by writing his name into the history books. Vaibhav smashed a century in just 35 balls, recording the fastest 100 by an Indian player in the history of the tournament. Against his 1.1 crore contract cost, Vaibhav scoring across his first 3 matches generated an estimated 3.53 crore rupees in market value. That output creates a 15.98 times return ratio, driven entirely by efficiency, with 86.9% of runs coming exclusively from boundaries. Looking out at the bright floodlights of the Sawai Mansingh Stadium, the contrast is stark. It is a world away from the pitch-black 4 a.m. highway drives out of Samastipur. The blistering strike rates, the multi-core evaluations, and the shattered records are the highly visible payoff. They are the direct result of a decade of quiet, exhausting sacrifice by a family that refused to let a lack of opportunity dictate their son's future.